What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Welcome back to another Physical Media Friday. Just in time, I got a little package from Gruv. I don't know if I'm too thrilled about the way that it looks overall. Looks like maybe it was overstuffed and got a little smushed. Hopefully everything's going to be okay. And the origin of this is that my friend Kenny from Kenny's Movie Palace once again sent me a message on Instagram, and this time he let me know about a martial arts sale on Gruv. The thing about the last Shawscope volume was it's more of like fantasy oriented rather than martial arts, and I have enjoyed the films that I've seen so far. But man, I've really been missing some old school martial arts films, so I kind of forget what I got. Is this everything? I don't know. Let's take a look. Here's the receipt. Looks like everything's in good shape. There's a little extra room in there, but really, no padding to speak of. Maybe a little layer of bubble wrap. You know how some of these cases are. Okay, yeah, I think. Yeah, I went back and forth. I looked at, this shrink wrap doesn't look too. Okay, well, I'm just gonna. Well, it's already ripped. Okay, it looks like this shrink wrap here looks like Saran wrap. It looks like somebody Saran wrapped it. I'm just gonna. It looks new. I'm sure it's still new. I don't. Anyway, yes, that one's a Shout title. I've got a couple Shout titles. Of course, everyone knows that Shout is. You have to go through Gruv now. Boy, I got a terrible case right away. I could tell. Yeah, some of these were rather cheap. I pulled up the DVDs and the Blu-rays, and in some cases, I went with the DVDs, even if it only saved a couple bucks. And then there was some compilations and things that I had to consider. So this is what I went with. So here we go.
We got
Actually, let me get the plastic off. I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start off with a Quentin Tarantino Presents film starring Russell Crowe, Lucy Liu, I believe Kung Lee, and the RZA, and Dave Bautista. It's The Man with the Iron Fists. I've actually never seen this, believe it or not. It says badass modern epic there. Should be a lot of fun. Looks like an homage to classic kung fu movies. Yeah, I'm interested to see it. And especially since I've been hanging on to this for a while. I saw this at Dollar Tree, back when Dollar Tree in the United States here had movies. El Hombre con los Puños de Hierro Dos. Okay, the whole thing's in Spanish. The description, everything. But the sequel, which doesn't have all of the star power, it does have the RZA. And who else comes back? You've got... I thought I saw Simon Yin. But it does have Dustin Nguyen, if it's the same Dustin Nguyen who was on 21 Jump Street years ago, and he was in, I reviewed that one movie. What was it called? Vietnamese film. Really good. The Rebel. Was it The Rebel, I think? And the late, great Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa. I mean, that guy was awesome. So, I'm sure this will also be fun, but now I have both. It was driving me nuts for a while that I had the second one, but not the first one. Speaking of having the second of something, but not the first one, when it comes to this man here, Sonny Chiba, I went with this collection, Volume 2. Collection Volume 2. I did not go for Collection Volume 1. As you know, I have I'm assembling a pretty decent Sonny Chiba collection. Man, he was in a lot of movies, a lot of different kinds of movies. Martial arts, Yakuza films. He had supporting roles. Just such a talented, well-rounded guy. Tell me what a man's man. Look at that guy. What an absolute man's man. What a legend. This is from Shout 149. If you're curious, I guess Volume 2 would have been 140. Volume 1 would have been 148. If this was Eureka or Arrow, I think you would get a little more in the way of special features and everything. But it's a nice compilation, and the price was pretty good. It was on sale. So, yeah, I didn't get Volume 1. I have some of those same films in compilations. And surprisingly enough, even if I had one or two of these, I might have still picked it up, but I don't have any. I thought maybe I did because there's a film on here called Karate Warriors, and many of these films do have different names. For example, last time when I showed this Beast Fighter collection of Karate Bullfighter and Karate Bear Fighter, I didn't even realize at the time that Karate Bullfighter is called Champion of Death, which was another Dollar Tree pickup, and the quality on that one is not good. So that wasn't even, there was no question. I had to get this. This is part of the Masayama trilogy. Okay, there's Sonny Chiba with the actual Mas Oyama, a genuine badass in real life. And there were some graphic novels, some manga written about him, and these films are based on some of those manga. So this Eureka two-pack of the Masayama, the first two Masayama films is just awesome. Nice little booklet here. You don't get that with this, but you do get the third film in the trilogy. When I started watching these two, I didn't know there was a third film, which is called Karate for Life, okay, which came out like the year after. So really very eager to wrap up the Masayama trilogy. What else do you have in here? And let's take a look inside. You've got the description of the films, and okay, we've got two films on the first Blu-ray, two on the second, two on the third, and one on the fourth. So not too bad. You've got The Defensive Power of Aikido, 13 Steps of Maki, which I believe may also be from a graphic novel. Well, that one's only 78 minutes. The longest movie on here is 101 minutes. Then you have Karate Warriors. That looks like it really has an awesome description. We'll get to that in a moment. The Great Okinawan Yakuza War from 76, and then Karate for Life. That's the third Masayama film from 1977. Golgo 13, Assignment Kowloon. I believe that's like an espionage type film. I've heard of that one for years, just never watched it. 1977, and then from 1978, The Okinawa War of 10 Years. I don't know if that's a sequel to the other Okinawa Yakuza War film. We'll find out. So, what do we have in the way of extras? New audio commentary with film historians Chris Poggiali and Mark Walcaw on Karate Warriors. Okay. And then you also have commentaries that go with Golgo 13 and Karate for Life and theatrical trailers. So 3 of the films have commentary, and you get some trailers. Okay. I mean, there's some extras. Brace yourself for some more high-octane films from the legendary career of Sonny Chiba. This second box set offers thrilling highlights from Chiba's highly influential legacy, and some of these films are making their North American Blu-ray debut. Greatly missed by his legion of fans, Shinichi Sonny Chiba, the Street Fighter, remains an icon for all time. Okay. So I'm looking forward to diving into those. Probably more than anything else here. And then I went with this double feature. I know that he's the butt of some jokes, but I actually didn't own either one of these. I have a compilation with some of a cheap compilation. I don't know if I got it from Dollar Tree. I think I got it from Oldies or Hamilton Book with a bunch of action movies on it, and a couple of his later ones are on there. I never even watched them, but what can you say? These two were pretty good, especially the first one, Under Siege and Under Siege 2. Terrible. When you can go, when the case is like sunken in, you're in trouble. And not exactly a fancy disc there or anything like that, but I didn't have these, so for the sale price, I picked them up. And next we have a little Bruce Lee action. We have a Blu-ray and DVD plus digital. Let me show you that, the digital code. But I've never seen this, Birth of a Dragon. Okay. So this is about the legendary fight between Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man. Lee challenges Wong to a fight, one that would change the history of martial arts forever. So it's about sort of focused on that very specific event in Bruce Lee's life. Lee is played by Philip Ng, and Wong Jack Man is played by Shi Yu. Anybody else in here? Let's see. Philip Wan Lung Ng. Not sure. I'll show you the digital code. There you go. And then, speaking of Bruce Lee, here's a whole biopic that came out years ago, which I have seen, but I do not own. At least I don't think I did. I don't think I do. I'm thinking it might be on another compilation. But anyway, I got this was a martial arts double feature. They're both on one disc. We've got Dragon, starring Jason Scott Lee, who I don't really think bears a resemblance to Bruce Lee at all, but he did acquit himself pretty well. I did remember liking this. You know, all of these films are rather embellished. I mean, they certainly embellish some things with Bruce Lee's accident and everything, the way that it happened, and you know, that's the way these biopics are. Certainly, probably a lot more accurate than the Bruceploitation biographies that came out in the late 70s and early 80s, where they made up a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, so looking forward to rewatching that. And then you also have a movie that my wife and I saw in the theater years ago. We saw a bunch of Jet Li movies back when he started to become big over here, starting with Lethal Weapon 4. She had never seen a Lethal Weapon movie, but we went to see that one because Jet Li was in it, and we also saw this one. I mean, and there was this is rated R. This is a pretty hard. It's not a hard R, but it's an R-rated film for violence and everything. Somebody brought their kid, and the kid was like, every time like the fighting started, he was like, yeah. He was like bloodthirsty. I was like, whoa, calm down, kid. Unleashed, yeah, with some of Jet Li's greatest co-stars, Bob Hoskins and Morgan Freeman. I wonder who the young girl was. I don't remember her. She had a very Amanda Plummer-esque vibe about her, but I don't remember who played her. Yeah, he's a man raised from childhood by a ruthless crime boss who turned him into a violent killing machine. When a blind piano teacher takes him in, he tries to start a new life, but his brutal past follows him, forcing him to fight choreography by Yuen Woo-ping. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I've only seen it, I think, that once, so looking forward to rewatching it. You got both films on the same disc. There's Jet Li and Jason Scott Lee. I always liked Jason Scott Lee. You know, I thought he seems like a good guy and pretty good actor. I think he had like a documentary series when he went to some Shaolin temples. I saw one episode. Or maybe it was just a one-off thing where he went to try some Shaolin trainings. He's a very affable guy. I think he was in those Argento Dracula movies. Am I correct? But yeah, I think he could have had an even bigger and better career than he did. So there you go. What are your thoughts about this all martial arts haul from Groove with some Shout titles and other titles? Some Bruce Lee biopic action, a Jet Li movie, Steven Seagal double feature, and the first Man with the Iron Fists, and the prize of the jewel of the package, the prize of this whole haul here is the Sonny Chiba collection, Volume 2. I almost said Volume 1. Volume 2. All right, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Come back again for some more Martial Arts Monday reviews and some more Physical Media Fridays. Thanks a lot. Later.